YouTube tutorial. This is gonna be maybe a bit out there. It's gonna be a bit different from my other content. I have plenty of videos already, and this might be a bit. Some of my viewers might be a bit confused by it, but I feel like it kind of needs to get. I've been looking around on the internet a little bit, and I can't really find. I feel like I can't really find a video or article or anything that's like a tutorial about how to do this. It also has like a personal connection to it. It's always just like, oh, do this and whatever. Why not tell a story? Why not have some deeper, why not do something with it? Why not have it impact the world? Why not have it be important? And these are very big words that I'm using. And to be quite frank, I don't know why I'm using them, but I still am. So, sorry, I didn't mean to show that. Okay, so basically, okay, you can kind of tell what this is gonna be about from the title. So this is a tutorial on how to make a lovely picture of Springtrap and the pregnant Matpat game. No, I actually think no. He's actually more popular for his food theory videos, I think, right? Just so it's cleared up. Okay, so this is So basically, long story short, this is a tutorial on how to make a lovely picture of Springtrap and a pregnant Matpat. And so you might think, what? So if you're not very up to date on the current drama, the current news going on in the Five Nights at Freddy's communities, you might not have heard that there's certain things going on. You might not have heard that there are some friends that are kind of surprised by something that's happening, and I like to at least I'd like to kind of address that. And so, first of all, this is simply fictional. I mean, first of all, okay, like, first of all, Springtrap and Matpat. I don't really know. Their names do rhyme, right? But that does not mean that they will shine. You can quote me on that. Though their names rhyme, their relationship might not shine. I feel like that's a pretty appropriate quote. Anyhow, so this relationship that I'm going to kind of construct visually with a kind of photo editing it is fictional. That it is in the FNAF universe. And I'd take the shot and I'd risk an arm, or I'd bet an arm that that Stephanie would be particularly happy with Matpat being in a loving, or maybe not so loving. Anyhow, I don't think Stephanie would be very happy with Matpat having had intercourse, or a kind of weird matrix, virtual whatever, baby making thing with Springtrap. As I've written here, I doubt that Stephanie would allow it. She I don't think she even likes Springtrap, to be quite honest. I don't think she would have, even if, if Matt were to actually have a green baby that happens to be a rabbit as well, I don't think she would I don't think she would be happy with Springtrap being the father of it. So this is just like a disclaimer. I do know that there's some fans, they're pretty upset with all these rumors, and I just want to, make it clear that I am not in support of some people just like hating on their relationship. I don't think that's okay. And so, that aside, now we know all that. They are in a loving relationship, Stephanie and Matpat. But even after all that, if you were to still want to make a picture of Springtrap and Matt as a loving couple, then I recommend this video right here that you're watching. So yeah. So I definitely recommend the video you're currently watching. And so you might I mean, who am I? Who am I really to light this conversational flame that is Springtrap X Matt Mpreg? Who am I? Maybe who am I? You might think who am I to say all this? Maybe you're still doubting like my authority. Not everybody knows how to edit pictures. I have a lot of experience in the game. I've been editing on my phone. I mean, I've obviously been editing. I've obviously been editing on my phone for a very long time. I'm very skilled in the matter. I've used a bunch of different apps. I mean, pic collage, as you can see here, PixArt, Fonto, which I'm gonna use later because I quite like that. I think that's actually it. I've used a bunch. I mean, that's just to name a few, etc. and whatever. But all that aside, I can tell you that there's a definite possibility that game theory is actually a part of the canonical FNAF storyline, which I'd say is actually pretty enlightening. It's pretty nuts if I do say so myself. And so I don't know whether or not Scott Hawthorne has actually confirmed this, if he's like actually tweeted like, yeah, it's Matpat, the Matpat from Food and Game Theory. That is actually the Matt from the one of the Five Nights at Freddy's books. But never, who really cares what that guy has to say? I mean, first of all, who is he? I mean, does anybody really know who he is? I mean, I only really know him because of this picture that was taken with Corey. Yeah, that's how I found out about him. And second of all, he also voices, like in the games. Actually, fun fact, he voices Phone Guy. I don't know if he has a real name. I don't really I haven't researched much, but like the guy on the phone, that's Scott. And so I don't know if I can really trust anything that Scott has to say if he's also Phone Guy. I mean, Phone Guy is a bit of a weirdo. I mean, if you've played the games, you know that Phone Guy, he's just like talks on and on and on to make you die. I mean, he's intolerable. And so if that is like what Scott really is, I don't even care, honestly, what he has to say. So, let's get it started. Honestly, I believe that I owe you, precious viewer, a bit of evidence, and like at least like a tit of evidence, like a tit-tat of evidence that Matt is actually a part of the books. So here's I don't want to be copyrighted. I don't want to show the whole book. So I used some I used somebody else's screenshot of the book, and I just, I pointed out a funny coincidence. Something, something that some people would call a coincidence, something I just call straight up reference to game theory. So there's actually a character in one of the Five Nights at Freddy's books, not the video games, the books, that is called Matt. And actually, fun fact, the food theory host is actually called Matthew, and Matthew has 2 T's in it. And if you shorten it, it's Matt with 2 T's. So I feel like that's pretty damning evidence that it is Pat from Matt, from Game Theory. Sorry. And yeah, as you can see, yeah, I just pointed out. It's pretty odd. I mean, how many Matts are there really? I mean, okay. Like if I were to name another Matt, it would be like, I like Matty B, but who cares about Matty B? Like he sings on a beach and he's like 9 years old, so I don't think he even knows what a Freddy is even. So also like earlier, like before that snippet, that little page, there was like a description of like how suddenly just Matpat became pregnant, and how Matpat was just like, oh, I want to cut it out of me, and stuff like that, and how Matpat actually became pregnant. And you might think that this is anatomically impossible, but I'd really like you to remember that this is Five Nights at Freddy's. This is not real life. So I just wanna express that to all the ignorant. I just want to express this to all the ignorant people out there that are like saying like, oh, it's like mathematically impossible. Like, shut up. This is literally FNAF. This is Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, it has been endorsed by Core. You think it would be like something that's not even real? That's not like, no, like, it's not real, right? But like you think, you think it's not even like. I just feel like it's not even okay to say that Hawthorne hasn't even thought this through. It's kind of stupid of you, and you kind of should be ashamed. And so here's just to clear it up, this is Jesus Christ. Here is like a family tree. Now I do not know Springtrap's parents or Matpat's parents really, so it's not very very detailed, but as you can see, there's some hearts between Matpat and Springtrap, and yeah, that's the disgusting baby, and I feel like that's pretty neat. So I feel like after all that, I mean, that's pretty damning evidence. So I mean, honestly, I don't know what kind of person would look at all this evidence and think this is not worth my time, making a lovely picture. You might think, why not just make one false and just share it with the rest of us? But I feel like this is a very emotional experience that everybody should it's a very emotional experience that everybody should go through. And it really, really makes you connected to the actual universe. Some of the things that you will need to make this. First of all, sorry, I don't like to swear, but I just did that anyway. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not very prepared. Thing. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see, this is a pretty short shopping list. So basically, what you will need, I'm gonna doodle right here, so it's a bit more clear. Sorry. Basically, what you will need is, first of all, the picture, pretty self-explanatory, and then Springtrap, Fonto, eraser, and you know, this is kind of like optional, but I'd say this is pretty, this definitely helped a lot in the process for me to address the rumors. So unfortunately, I can't really look at a picture of Springtrap without like becoming like really scared. So like bear with me. I know this is kind of like destroying the whole purpose of my tutorial, but like bear with me. Um so unfortunately, because I can't use the picture, also partly because of copyright, I am gonna use the creator instead. Just to be clear, I am gonna use like his face and his likelihood as a cop out. This is kind of like the hardest part of it all, other than the emotion, like getting emotionally prepared for this. So basically, kind of like what you do is just like do this, and then yeah, some people, they don't want to be too clean with it. Yeah, they don't want to be completely by the pixel cut out his face. Or you know, in your case, cut out Springfield's face. But you know, sometimes you just gotta live life easy. Like on the easy road, on the high road. And you don't care too much. Quality to quantity. You know, you don't have to crank out this stuff. You don't have to be really. You know, art isn't supposed to be perfect. You know, it's okay to make some mistakes, and that's what I tell my niece. You know, it's okay that you made some mistakes. You don't have to be perfect about it. You know, I mean, look at me. It might seem like a very very suave womanizer, but you know, I do make mistakes sometimes. You know, sometimes sometimes I put my socks on before I put my pants on. You know, that's kind of embarrassing. And sometimes I actually like ranch, and that's kind of embarrassing. And that's an imperfection of mine that I really like not to address. But you know, I want to be more open with everybody here. But this is kind of like how the final product should look. You can be a bit more neat with it. I chose this picture, which I'm going to demonstrate why I chose this compared to the others a little bit later. But like in short, it's because arrived. Oh, shoot, I actually forgot to say that. Okay, so earlier when I erased his face, or everything but his face, I was on the Eraser app, and I'm on Fonto, which is the app I'm currently using, and that is what I'm gonna use to Photoshop. I quite like this app. I recommend it very much. And so, I mean, yeah, it's pretty neat what you're gonna do. So you take the move tool, and then you just slowly. You might be able to see already why I chose this picture. I mean, look, the lighting is just a lot better compared to some of the other stuff. You might might be cheap and just say, oh, this is it. But you know, I want to actually put some more effort into it. And also do some of that tilt, just so it's a bit. You know, also, you know, make sure to look at the reference underneath, like look at Stephanie's disgusted face, and like see how it compares, like how it tilts and stuff like that, to make sure it kind of matches a bit better. And actually, I was actually very lucky because the cop out that I used, which is Hawthorne, it actually, like, his hair actually matches her hair and like hair colors. That's actually very lucky for me. Yes, I'd actually say this is so this is the final product. I say that this is this was a huge success. And so this is how the final result will how it will turn out. Hopefully, maybe it'll be a bit like worse for you. I don't know. If you're not very experienced with phones and specifically picture editing, it might be a bit harder for you. But yeah, so this is basically like how it should look. And so when you've done this, you basically just gotta save it, download it, and then upload it to your DeviantArt. Yep. So that's it. Bye.